Hey everybody, it's Care. I'm in the garden today. Let's see what's growing on. So here we have my first garlic harvest. How beautiful is that? Look at those bulbs. Now I've got to dry it and cure it, and then we can eat it. How amazing. Okay, and then this is my whole potting table Mark just did for me. Brand new. The other one rotted out. Okay, and then these are my avocados. They're about 3 years old, and then there's a nice blackberry bush growing in there with one of my avocados. All right, these are our tomatoes. Look at these babies. Isn't that a beautiful tomato? So pretty. And here we have bumblebee tomatoes. They're starting to ripen up. There they are. Got some really nice clusters of them. Look at that, beautiful. Unfortunately, the cardinals and the finches have found my tomato plant and I had to run them off from in here the other day. All right, here we have some Romas. Beautiful. Here we have a pepper plant. And then these, I believe, are brandywine. So they've got dark purple tops on them. I'm assuming they're going to start turning completely purple, but they're supposed to be really good to eat. All right, and then here's another tomato plant. Got tomatoes on that one. Nice. And then here's our blackberry plant. Look at that. Nice ripe blackberry. The blackberries are doing really good this year. Look at these babies. Got lots of clusters of them everywhere. Beautiful, beautiful. All right, and then here we have a jalapeno. Look at the size of that sucker. Beautiful. And then there's my little Calamondin orange tree. Had tons of blooms all over it about a week ago. All right, and then this is where we chill out and relax on our patio. And then this is my little butterfly area. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, and then here's my beehives. Haven't got bees back yet. We're thinking about doing it again. I love my garden art, it's so pretty. There's our trusty wheelbarrow, banana tree. Here's a funny story for you. So this is my Loquat. My friend Wendy brought me a little seedling. I planted it. I thought it died, so I threw it back here. Guess what? Next thing I got this monster Loquat tree. Yes, awesome. I love Loquats, they're so good to eat. All right, and then here's one of our Haas Avocados. This thing took a beating in the freeze like all of our stuff did, but it's coming back nicely. And then here we've got our tomato planter. Got some nice clusters in here. And these were all pop-ups. These were tomatoes I threw into my compost bin that were rotting that my friend Stephanie gave me. They grew. And here's another one. This is a red cabbage she gave me. I threw it in the garden. And then it just took, it rooted. And now I'm probably gonna have a red cabbage out of it, so yay. Here's all my carrots. The carrots are amazing. They're doing really well. Let's dig up and see how big they are. Oh, there's one right there. Right there. Getting close to pulling that one. These purple blooms are cherry bell radishes. I'll let it go to seed. That way we always have your own seeds to plant. You don't even have to buy them at the store. These are all peppers in here. Over here we have oregano, right down there. And then here we've got rosemary, great to cook with, especially if you're making pasta dishes or chicken. All right, I've got some more tomato plants here. And then here I've got blackberries, I've got boysenberries, and I've got passion fruit. So trying to get those to get rooted really good, and then we're gonna plant them along the fence. All right. Right here, I've got a bunch of different buckets. This is a pumpkin. It's got a nice bloom on it. Hopefully it'll grow up and wind itself around the fence. Here's all my ginger. It's a big piece right here. This whole thing is full of ginger. Nice, nice. And then I've got blueberries. They're just small plants right now, but hopefully they'll get bigger. Nice. And then here's one of my potato planters. I planted red potatoes in there and they grew. There's one of the leaves on them. When these turn yellow and die back, that's the time when you pick the potatoes. All right, and then this is squash. Another squash. And then right here, this is my crazy arugula. Arugula, I love it. I love it. I love to eat the leaves on sandwiches. I love the hot peppery flavor of them. And then what I'm doing is I'm letting these all turn brown and go to seed. And then I'll harvest the seeds. Once I'll cut them. I'm going to cut them off today. I'll harvest the seeds, and then I'll have my own arugula seeds to use as I want to, whenever I want to. So it's a great plant. I love it. All right, and here we have a basil. That's just regular old green basil. And then I've got some lettuces. I've got tatsoi. I like to let the stuff go to seed. I already picked all the good ones, and then I let them go to seed so that once again I can collect the seeds and save them. All right. As you see, I'd use marigolds in the garden. Marigolds are a gardening girl's best friend. They keep the bugs away. They don't like the smell, and neither do I. All right, now here is one of our pepper plants. It's got blooms all over it. And then down in here, we've got peanuts. I'm growing peanuts. I have 2 containers full of peanuts. This one and another one up by my potting table. All right, this right here is dill. This is my garlic and onion planter. So I've got lots and lots of stuff growing in here. I just harvested this. I just showed you all of my onions. Look at that. Look at all these beautiful, beautiful onions down here. They're great. Here's another garlic, not quite ready to be picked. And then I've got red garlic growing in here as well. By the way, this thing, you always get, I've got a lot of pokeweed and a lot of hawksbeard growing. If you see this right here with the little tiny dainty yellow blooms on it, you can actually eat this. This is the cousin of dandelion. It's called hawksbeard. It's great to pick the leaves off. It grows everywhere in your garden and in Florida. So you can eat the leaves. I put them on sandwiches as a grain. You can put them in a salad. They're really good. Some people eat this. This is pokeweed. I'm not a fan. It doesn't do anything for me personally, but some people do. And then this here is red garlic. I've also got red onions mixed in here and planted. So hopefully we're gonna have some nice onions to pick. All right, here I've got, this right here is a loofah. So it's already sprouted. I'm hoping it's gonna climb the fence and produce some loofah sponges. This is our spearmint. We've got aloe vera, a whole bunch of tomato seedlings in there. This is a katuk, a completely edible plant. That right there is our baby mango. That thing's gonna grow up and be gorgeous. All right, and then over here, all of my onions are blooming. So these are what real blooming onions look like. Very nice, I've got them everywhere. And then these are our tomato planters. Unfortunately, we had a really bad freeze and it killed all of my tomatoes. I lost over 50 tomatoes, which is a lot. So I was able to salvage a few, but not very many. That's borage. So this right here, you plant it in your tomato planters and it keeps away the hornworms, and it produces white and blue blooms that have medicinal uses for it as well. And it is an herb. So I'm very excited to see when it blooms and what it looks like. All right, and then over here, this is my container pot garden section. So this right here is a squash. I've got some other stuff sprouting up here. I've got red Russian kale right here. This is the red Russian kale. And I've got eggplant and a few other items that grow well in pots. So got another borage here. Here's a decent sized tomato plant. I'm hoping it's going to grow up because by the time it's Easter, actually, it's Easter Sunday. So when I'm doing this video, and I'm hoping that by June, the middle of June, we'll be able to collect some tomatoes off of these plants, because by June 15th, everything is fried in Florida. So, especially here in Central Florida where I'm. All right, this is our teepee planter. So I'll back up and let you guys get a good look at it. It's doing really well. The beans are growing like crazy, and they use those poles as trellises. So it's a great design. And then right here, this is my beautiful Haas avocado tree. I sprout all my trees from seed. So this one's about 5 years old, and I'm expecting it to produce some fruit. Fingers crossed it's going to be this year. And then right beside it, we've got beautiful elderberry. And then right back here in the woods, there's all these gorgeous elderberries, and they're all in bloom. So that's wonderful. It's really good to have at least 2 elderberry plants. That way they cross-pollinate. So that's wonderful. All right, and then over here, this is my Meyer lemon plant. I had quite a few blooms on it, but they've fallen off now, so hopefully we'll have some Meyer lemons. And then this is our key lime plant, right down here. Get a good look. And then this is another Haas avocado. It took a beating in the freeze, but the way nature is, it's so cool. It'll start blooming again, and it's working itself right up that stem. And then down here, here's the pineapple. We got a baby pineapple growing here. There, that'll be beautiful and delicious, I'm sure, when it's ready. And then this is my compost bin. This is the centerpiece of my garden, honestly. I love it. And look at this. I have a tomato growing out of a hole in the side. Nature will always find a way to keep on moving forward. So it is so great. And there's all kinds of tomato sprouts in there. This is actually how I sprout all of my avocados and my mangoes. I put the seeds in here, and the heat that generates from all the rotting vegetables that I put in here, it actually sprouts all the seeds. So it's a great way to be a seed starter. All right, and then over here, I've got some more onions. This is my onion planter. And then down here, I've got another pineapple. There we go. And then over here, I've got perilla that another lady in permaculture gave me. And I've got mulberries back here. Got another one right here. It's a tall, thin tree. Really pretty. Hopefully I'll get some mulberries off that this year. Fingers crossed. All right, moving on. Here we go. This is my honeybell. I actually had it bloom, but I believe the bloom fell off of it. There was a little honeybell that had formed, but that's the way nature is. You don't always get what you want. You don't get to keep everything. It dies and falls off. All right, these are radishes down here. Radishes. Those are zinnias. I just wanted to have some color in here. And then this is a star fruit, which it looked like it was dead when it was given to me as a gift from another girl in permaculture. But now it's sprouting, so I'm so excited about that. And over here, these are purple sweet potatoes, and also pumpkin sweet potatoes. So they're growing here. I let them run up and down the fence, the vines. All right, and then there's beets in here. More zinnias. These are green beans, and this is Thai basil. It's great. Some more beets, some more radishes. Here I've got more ginger, as you can see in the pot. And these are potatoes. Once these do die back, these leaves, I'll be able to harvest them. One last item I wanted to show you. This is my lemongrass. I didn't know the benefits of lemongrass until I actually decided to harvest some last fall. I picked a bunch of these leaves. You grab a good portion of them. Then you can chop them up and you boil them in hot water for 10-15 minutes, and you make yourself a nice lemongrass tea. The great thing about that is it's good for you, and then also lemongrass is the cousin of citronella, so your house will have a nice lemony smell to it, and the tea has a nice lemony flavor to it too. So it's a wonderful thing to grow. All right, thank you very much. Have a great day.